Hello everyone and welcome to Battle of the Beast Transformation Takedown, episode number 20. I'm Adam and today we got the 5th battle of round 2, where we got 2 more beasts fighting out for one of the last 3 spots in round 3, and just making sure that all adds up. Yeah, last 3 spots, because whilst we only know 4 of the beasts through to round 3, one beast did skip. One beast did skip round 2. So, while as I know what that is, and Lucas knows who that is, no one else does, for now. So, let's introduce the beast fighting out for a spot in round 3. One of the last spots in the quarterfinals. We have Koraka, the winged assassin, the killer of Voltrex, the two-headed octopus in round 1, representative of Series 9, the Warlock Staff, and the killer of Akira the Crusher in round 1, a representative of Series 10, Master of the Beast, and coming up with vengeance for the death of his comrade. We have Noctila, the Death Owl. Wait, yeah, it is Death Owl. So, yeah, Koraka and Noctila. In my opinion, quite a good matchup, where it's got 2 flying beasts in back-to-back seasons going at it against each other, where they will clash. So, what's going to come out of this? Well, first let's get to the stats, so we can learn more about these 2 very underrated beasts. Koraka the winged assassin. With her scaly legs, huge wings, and fearsome talons, it would be easy to dismiss Koraka as a lumbering animal, but she's clever enough to carry a spear as well, giving her several options for attack. Koraka was once a good innocent shepherdess, but oh god, I stuttered. But the witch Petra used her magic to turn Koraka evil. Age 25, power 260, magic level 167, fright factor 93, size 101. Powers and abilities: flight, natural weaponry, weapon mastery with the 3-pronged spear, enhanced strength and enhanced durability. Equipment: 3-pronged spear. Weakness: flock of birds and reversion. Noctila the Death Owl. This beast is like a giant owl with burning orange eyes. His grey feathers drip with thick black tar that can burn a person's skin from their flesh. His beak opens to reveal jagged teeth as he sends out screeches that can deafen anyone nearby. His talons are deadly weapons, and the gleam of evil can be seen in the black slits on his eyes. Age 326, power 210, magic level 145, fright factor 79, size 121. Powers and abilities: flight, tar manipulation, tar drips from his wings, natural weaponry, sharp fangs and talons, 360 head rotation, enhanced strength, enhanced durability, enhanced reactions, and night vision. Weaknesses is trapped in a net of silver. I should also point out that Noctila has the ability to change into the Silver Knight of Photon at will, who wields an axe. Okay, so now that we've done the stats for Koraka the Winged Assassin and Noctila the Death Owl, time to get into the battle. And I do not really have a plan for this battle, as well as knowing what to do for the battlefield. I'm going to go with a... I'm going to go with a farmland battlefield. So it's like a... I don't know which battle it was in Insects Only. But it's a farmland battlefield with farm equipment, all that. So we've got, medieval farm equipment. You have a windmill there, a barn, and crops of fields in this arena as well. So with that, Koraka vs Noctila. Let's get into this. As the chamber doors open, both the beasts immediately come out through the sky exit, immediately locking eyes with each other, where Noctila immediately dives down to the ground, changes into the Silver Knight, and just gestures to Koraka to come near him, holding the axe in one hand and calling her towards him. Koraka, wasting no time, dives down towards Noctila, or the knight, and right when Koraka is about to pierce the knight with the spear, the knight swings his axe to deflect it, and using his fist uppercuts Koraka, knocking her backwards. Koraka cartwheels in the air before steadying herself, and then decides that she's going to try and make the most of this environment. She flies towards the barn, in which, using her spear, she stabs at a main support beam and twists the spear to break the support beam, causing it to fall, creating loads of dust. As the knight makes his way into the dust, completely unnerved by what just happened, Koraka comes down and, using the spear, goes to stab at the knight, which only penetrates his arm. The knight, the knight, not reacting by this, grabs the spear, pulls it out, and chucks it where he saw Koraka through the dust. Koraka sees the spear flying towards her and just barely dodges it as it impales into the wall. She goes to retrieve it, and when she goes to retrieve it, she's greeted. She pulls it out, turns around, and is greeted by Noctila charging towards her. Koraka used her spear to keep Noctila at bay, but Noctila just dodging each attack and coming closer, trying to snap at her, reaching out for her claws, snapping at her with her beak. Koraka is trying to keep Noctila at bay, but knowing that she's kind of pinned against the ground, she gets the idea to where she lunges for Noctila, but then swings it to try and attack Noctila. So she does that and actually hits Noctila in one of her legs. Noctila screeches in pain and just flaps her wings towards Koraka, flinging tar all over Koraka. The tar lands on Koraka's arms and chest, and she's roaring in pain over this, which Noctila uses that to her advantage, reaches for the spear, pries it out of her hand, and using her talon, she's able to twist it and then jam it right into Koraka's leg. Koraka roars in pain over this as Noctila goes to get to a safe distance before Koraka goes to lunge at Noctila, just barely missing though, as Koraka's now, injured, but keeping her balance, pulling the spear out of her leg, stares at Noctila, who has gone very, very high up. Koraka roars in aggression, whilst Noctila only squawks to let everyone know, and Koraka know, that she's coming down to attack. Koraka flies up towards Noctila, charging up, ready in her spear to attack. So charging up at a diagonal elevation to attack Noctila, whilst Noctila soaring down towards her, charging right at her, wings folded in, ready to just collide into each other. The spectators realise they're about to collide right into each other, knowing that this isn't going to end well for either of them. But as right before they're about to collide, the Noctila starts to shapeshifts into the Silver Knight, with the axe hoisted right above his head. Koraka sees this as the knight brings the axe down, ready to slice Koraka's head clean off, or clean in half right here. Koraka swings her spear and deflects herself with the axe, but the axe goes right through her spear and luckily misses her head, but slashes a downwards gash on her chest. The knight then quickly changes into Noctila, where Noctila uses her talons, grabs onto Koraka's shoulder blades, piercing her talons into Koraka's shoulders, and just hoists her upwards, bringing her higher and higher up, dropping tar all over Koraka's wings and her body, causing more pain as she's screeching in pain, dripping with blood, almost like a fountain coming from the heavens from the spectator's point of view. Noctila then changes back into the knight, and both the knight and Koraka fall to the ground. Koraka, losing her weapon for being sliced in half, tries to attack at Noctila, but feeling the pain from all the tar, but also all the wounds that she's had on her, especially from the talons in her shoulder blades and the cut on her chest, she's fighting back very weakly, but she's flapping her wings to try and keep balance. Noctila, way ahead of that though, or the knight should I say, uses the axe and slices at the wings right where they are connected to her back. One by one, each wing breaks, and both Koraka and the knight fall to the ground. The knight going relentless at Koraka, just punching at her, forcing her down quicker, but just punching, keeping a good grip on her, and just punching the ever-living life out of her, keeping punching her head repeatedly. The knight then gets a sinister idea where the knight grabs onto one of Koraka's horns and stares into Koraka's eyes as she's winced in pain, and the knight just snaps the horn clean off, turns it, and stabs it right into Koraka's eye. As right before they're about to hit the ground, the knight pushes Koraka down to the ground and changes into Noctila and lands safely on the ground as Koraka just is pummeled to the ground, causing dust to fly everywhere, crops to fly everywhere, and Koraka not making a single move. Knowing that he's already won, the knight makes his Noctila changed back into the knight, makes his way over to Koraka to see this bloody pulp on the ground. Gashes, cuts everywhere. A horn from her head protruding in one of her eyes, or being stabbed into one of her eyes, sorry. The knight comes closer and can just barely hear faint gasp for air from this beast, in which he grabs the pointed end of the spear that was dropped to the ground earlier, holds up to Koraka's throat, and says one line: "This is for Voltrex," and slices her neck, causing the gasp to instantly vanish. He turns the end of the spear and stabs it right into Koraka's forehead, ending Koraka's suffering for good. The knight retrieves his axe and makes his way back to his chamber, satisfied with this victory. So with that, Noctila's won, Koraka's lost. If you think Koraka should win, please comment below. I think that had my worst final, and Noctila's moving on to the next round. So, yeah, I don't think there was a chance that Koraka was winning this fight, but I think it was a nice full circle moment to have Koraka beat Voltrex in round 1, only to go against another Series 10 beast who got revenge for Voltrex. So I think that was a good battle. I think it was a nice aerial battle as well. I had so many plans I wanted to do with this battle, and I executed the ones which I deemed the most appropriate for this battle. We had the collision, the part of the fight where Koraka was charging up towards Noctila whilst Noctila was soaring down towards Koraka. That was a reference to Stuart Little 2 with the climax. Didn't end the same way though, did it? But then you also got the revenge at the end, saying that was for Voltrex. That was probably a reference to something. No idea what for. Let's say Avengers and Infinity War, where Thor said, "I told you you would die for that." Which also didn't end the same way. That it did. So yeah, Noctila, I think, was easily going to win this fight, and it wasn't a surprise to me, really. I think narrating the fight in the way that I did, I'm actually really proud of it. Koraka, I don't really see how she stood a chance. I gave Koraka some chances to land an attack, but really though, you can land some attacks on Noctila, but Noctila's just gonna hit you harder. With the diversity that there is for Noctila, especially with the reactions, night vision, the 360 head turn, and also the tar manipulation, there's so much diversity you can do with such a simple array of abilities. And that's what makes Noctila one of my favourite beasts, well, my favourite beast of Series 10, and one of my favourite beasts to use in Battle of the Beasts. Whilst she hasn't really had a chance to shine in the All Generation tournament, she's had a chance to shine here. So, yeah. I'm happy with this fight, honestly. I wanted more appreciation for Koraka, and by defeating Voltrex, I think she got that appreciation. However, though, compared to the other beasts that's made it through to round 2, she wasn't right for this tournament, and she really stuck out like a sore thumb. So I knew she was going to die. I didn't know who she was going to die to, but I'm glad it was Noctila, honestly. So that's all for this time. And yeah, with Noctila making it through to round 3, that is 5 beasts from Series 10 that has made it through to round 3. And this is the 5th battle of round 2. So, okay, I think I'm going to need to have a talk with Lucas about this one. But yeah, Series 10 is now completely through to round 3, except for Voltrex, who died by Koraka. But don't worry, Noctila got revenge. But with that, that's all for this time. If you like what you saw, leave a like, leave a comment, don't forget to subscribe, press the notification bell down the corner below. I need to stop saying that. And I'll see you in the next battle of round 2, where hopefully we don't have a Series 10 beast fighting. We definitely won't. Until then, peace out.